Hello guys, welcome back to Planting with Pete. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Pete. Now on today's video, you guys, I will be going over how I care for my Philodendron Micans. Now this Philodendron herself is not a big or showy specimen, only because of I grew her myself personally from cuttings is one, and then also I did a lot of trading and selling from the mother plant as well, and I even I sold the mother plant from her. So I kept some cuttings, and then I also, you should know by now that those cuttings were inside of my green prayer plant Maranta terrarium setup. So those cuttings, as it aged or got longer, I just went in and trimmed it back down to like the first or second leaf and placed it in water and went from there. Now what I'm going to do is actually insert a video of when I took her from water and then put her inside of this actual terracotta pot even before I spray painted it. So I'll insert that now.
Here's an update on my Micans that I had attached to this pole here, or a piece of wood, but she's doing pretty good. Aerial roots are coming out, the leaves are getting pretty bigger, and she's totally growing in sphagnum moss.
Now even just by looking at the Philodendron Micans, most people, or there are some people that confuse them drastically from the Philodendron melanochrysum, and I can tell you guys there is a big difference. I mean, if you are, well, even some plant enthusiasts still have a hard time telling the difference, but I personally definitely can tell the difference since um, I have both of them, and then they actually sit next to each other, so I know exactly how the leaf shape grows, how it comes out, how it unfurls, even the colors, and everything else dealing with that plant. Now it's down inside of here, you guys. I have two two vines, well three. I added the third one. I'm not sure when, but it's finally starting to grow. And I think that's because of um just the lighting situation. And also, you guys should know that when it caught thrip, I think it was, I went ham on my spray, which is nothing but the pure castor oil soap, guys. Check it out. Um, it literally works on anything. So anyway, guys, the formula that I use is kind of strong. I want to make sure everything is gone. So, long story short, I sprayed it on there and left it. Totally forgot it. And about the time I realized that it was kind of late, the leaves were already starting to turn colors. And that is on my melanochrysum. Now on this here Micans, it held up a lot better, but you can see where she got hit. Yeah, the light is picking that up pretty good. This is up and where she got hit, and is that her first hit, I think? Yeah, that was her first hit she ever got, which as you can see messed up the leaf there. But the second one that worried me was this one here, because that's when I actually decided to go and put her, I think, on the post, and she was sitting right next to my melanochrysum, which got hit, and I sprayed and I forgot, blah. But she's doing a lot better now since that transfer. You guys, go check the video out now. Back to this Micans. Now, like I said before, guys, she was grown actually from cuttings, and if I'm not mistaken, these are the actual, well, some of the cuttings, some of the mother plants of the original cuttings, probably like this one here, that I used to actually start this here project. And as you've seen by the video, you guys, she started out real small, and that was a couple of months ago. Um, but she is still in the same substrate, which has, um, I'm just having a hard time now. Sphagnum moss. She's been growing just fine. Of course, there aren't any roots down gathering at the bottom like my other troublesome that are in the tent. And that's only because there's no actual coach or something to create extra humidity. And plants just love that root wise, and they grow straight towards it, especially when there's extra water. So anyway, um, yeah, she's growing in the same condition. The only thing that I actually changed, excuse me, the only thing that I actually changed was the pole that you're seeing, which I actually like. Um, what you're seeing down at the bottom, again, these down here are starting to die off. I know for a fact this is due to light. The plants that I have in there now, things are starting to grow, and what you're seeing now is lack of light down here, but these are actually the starters here. This one is the third one that I was telling you about, but it's actually new or down the line new. But anyway, they started off with the smaller leaves like that. And then as you've seen, well, you've seen in the video, you guys, where it started, but she has been growing nonstop ever since. Now, I did have to add can you see that? There it is. My trusty fishing wire here, guys, just because she had literally a hard time. Like, I don't know, she couldn't just figure out there was something here for her to catch on. So it took a while for her to figure that out, but um also with her growing, she has a funky growing, weaving kind of pattern because I don't know if you guys notice or can notice, but like here, this is thumb pin tack, however you call it, pin for like clothes or something. But anyway, I have to put these here so that, as you can see, she don't grow off the grid and just random. Um, which is also why I think some of these leaves are not as big. I know it's not due to a smaller pot, because first it's bag and there's plenty of space for it to grow in those kind of conditions. But um, yeah, most of the roots, as you can see on these new ones here, were growing off. Of course, it could have been fixed, but I didn't catch it in time. And what's crazy about that is that I actually look at these almost every day, and it's always one of those times. You guys know, it's like, well, I'll get to it today, or I'll get to it later on, and later on turns into like 3 weeks. So, yeah. Other than that, she sits inside of the grow tent. You guys check out that side angle. Look at those backs on her. She sits in the back. That is just pretty. In my grow tent, right next to my little chrysan, like I said before, and they all get the same amount of water since she is a philodendron. I don't ever let this one dry out. Now, there is a little tiny smidge of curling on the leaves. I don't know if you guys probably can see it from a side angle better. Um, like that one. I don't know if it's just growing like that, you guys, or she couldn't need just a smidget of water. Now these here, again, as you can tell, haha. Again, I've had these for a little while now, and they sit right kind of above the humidifier, so they are getting plenty of humidity. And again, even if There is a drainage hole there. You guys probably can see, there it is. So the humidity will definitely hit this little hole there, and the moisture will pull up through this bag. Now, again, with your poles here, which I love to have, if you haven't noticed, they are wonderful with your aerial roots, which, as you can see, like there and all throughout there, you guys, there are a bunch of area roots. Now, if anything ever happens to your Philodendron Micans or any other philodendron, you guys, you're able to save the plant itself, especially if the root system is gone. You're able to save them from the nodes. And then for my purpose, it'll be a lot easier for me to propagate these guys because I have a good um, amount of area roots. And then plus they are accustomed to humidity, so I won't lose. So my basically my success rate with these area roots and nodes will be very high. Um, Again, watering wise, you probably can see or even hear, it needs some watering, but again, since it sits down inside of my grow tent, you guys, I try not to actually overwater her, but I also don't want it to get to the point where the leaves are drooping. Now, I have done that a time or two with my melanochrysum, and um, it worked out fine, but I don't want it to get to that stressful point, and then, God forbid, there's something wrong with my plant already, and now I've missed the watering for a little too long. And mind you, you guys, it's starting to warm up a little bit, so I've turned the humidity down inside of the grow tent. So eventually, those plants will come out, and yeah, I'm all off subject again. But yeah, long story short, they will come out, and she will definitely stay in. Now, what I'm thinking about doing with her, you guys, I was going to put her outside to give her some more light to see can I get even bigger leaves, but then I would have to get her accustomed back to actual growing conditions. Now, these lower leaves here, which are accustomed to my growing, should stay once I bring it in. Should stay once I bring it in because they won't get any bigger. Now, the ones at the top that hopefully will get a lot bigger, I might have a harder time keeping her those size leaves unless I get some brighter lights to go in and supplement that for the sun. Now, as you can see here, you guys, she is on a growing non-stop rant. Again, those are the two. I'm just waiting now for the little guy right there to catch on, or catch up rather, which is going to be kind of hard because these guys have already spaced themselves out so that they can get, the certain amount of leaves, a certain amount of light, and the leaves are not overshadowing each other. Um, Now, what I can do or what I should do at this point, it's more than move some of these up so that it grows continuously over, like so, instead of over there some more. But anyway, what I'm going to do, guys, is to get another pole just like this one here. I'm not going to add any moss to it, but I will connect it, and I would say this about time I get that pole and make a video, basically adding another moss pole, um, or just a regular another attachment stake rather to my Micans. Then I will have decided if I want to place her outside or not. More than likely, I will not. Um, I would just hope and pray that I can get me a stronger grow light so that she can spend her days inside and I don't have to worry about, much of insects, pests. But the worst of them all that I would say that can really do damage is a caterpillar. And um, yeah, but other than that, yeah, guys, I'm gonna add an extra pole to her, and we're going to hope and pray this year that we can get some even bigger leaves. Kind of shocked that the growth on her, the leaves have tripled, quadrupled maybe, in size. Yeah, in size, and I'm just hoping and praying that, with me even thinking putting her outside, that she will actually grow and thrive. Now, I did mention that these are the original mother's cuttings. How would you say that, you guys? Is this like a mother plant? Because I took cuttings from it and put it down in the pot, but I have the actual mother plant that I took these from. They both can be mother plants because I'm taking cuttings from it. How about that? So this is my other, I would say mother plant. This one here, is the biggest. They all are knotted, so I'm not gonna take it out. But anyway, this I know for a fact this one was cut and was used. And as you can see by the older leaves there, looking yellow, those are some of the original leaves from the cuttings that are on their way out the door. Now, I've thought about making another micings with just a regular pole and just have them going up the pole and not worrying about area roots or bigger leaves. I do just like the fact of, the actual plant doing their thing and not just having big leaves. But as you can see, just with this little specimen here, guys, it really does look good. Let me know down in the comments if you actually like this. But to me, actually, it looks pretty awesome. And even again, I'm going to add the extra stake to it. And with her growth rate, you guys, she's going to, I guarantee you, before the end of the growth season, this is about maybe 2 foot. Yeah, this is probably about 2 foot pole here, slack of wood or whatever you want to call it. I can guarantee you before the end of the growth season, um, which is summer next year or this year, she would have either more than likely surpassed it or right at the edge like now. And this here, I don't know the actual dates, but if you can see the actual date and compare that date until now, and today is March the 22nd. So compare March the 22nd until whatever date you're going to see on that video, which I'll probably add somewhere up here as well. You probably can tell the growth. And even that, you guys, she will be outside. So yeah, that would definitely increase the, if I put it outside, that would definitely increase the growth. If I do put outside, I might have to get like a special tent clear for outside and just keep it closed or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, guys, this is my Philodendron Micans, and I actually love this plant to death. Again, this is nothing but cuttings and time and patience. And again, this came just one random idea. It's like what I do is like 12:30 is like, let me try that, so, and usually when I try things, they turn out just great. And then also, you can tell the parts that are getting the actual strong or the brightness or the my grow light, they are giving me that darker sheen of velvetness. And then also you can tell by the back as well which of the leaves that are getting the dark, which are getting most of that, the grow light. Um, Now, with fertilizer, you guys know I tend to stick with the Miracle Grow liquid fertilizer. How I do that, I usually use my watering. Okay, it's just an old It's either a water bottle, you guys, or if I'm doing the whole entire, all of my plants, I usually use a gallon jug, old water, milk jug, and I use distilled water. I measure out my milk will grow, and what I have to do is, you probably see, I think I've done a water with me, or it might be later on after this one, I don't know, but um, I just water them, soak them, and just keep it moving and go from like that. Now, depending on how quick they're growing, like this one here, as I said before, I know it can't be light because the leaves are smalling, so she's probably a little hungry. So I could, once I do my water with me, you guys, I will make sure I add fertilizer in there so they can actually start to kick up some more growing. And like I said before, spring is here now, so um, things will start to grow a lot quicker as well. As I said before, I do depend on a lot on the actual sunlight, uh, the actual sunlight, and actually those are for the ones actually inside of the grow tent as well. But again, guys, this is my Philodendron Micans. She's doing just wonderful. Again, I'm thinking about doing another one with this one. I have a massive, probably about 7, maybe 8 foot bamboo pole that is right here that I thought about wrapping with moss, but I hate the actual round moss poles because of even mine are doing it now, and I don't know what her problem is, but it does that right there. Her roots come off instead of on it, and I actually like them to be on it. Um, when it's on wood like this. Now, I do know that you can. That's a whole there. I'm ranting again, but yeah, guys, I'm thinking about doing something with these as well, and going from there, I might try to see can I add them in here, but I don't really want to disturb this, especially the root system. If anything, I might upgrade her pot and add some more um spag to it if I decide when I put this extra slack up there. So that's something to think about. But even if I put this slack up here, again, I still have to think about that at the bottom. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. Um, I hope that helped you out, you guys, because again, for me, growing a Micans is very easy. What I'm thinking about doing, like I said before, once I add that top, that is once I add a second one to it, that should be it. I'm not making any promises, but for the most part, that will be it as of now, especially until I get some of my other ones to grow up some more. And but other than that, I might take some more cuttings, nodes off of this, and just fill this out and allow her to trail. But again, I won't until I add the extra top to it. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. Thanks for coming back and supporting the channel. Please do me a favor, you guys. Hit that like button. Also, comment down below. Let me know if you have any micings. Also, let me know if you have yours growing, trailing, or growing upward, vining, however you wanna, well, however you have yours growing. Um, you don't see many people with theirs trailing up. They're always vining or crawling across something. I have seen a few people with them, but they've been tied up and not actually growing or attached themselves to something. Even though I have my string here, again, as I explained, she does what she want to do at the top. So I have to make sure that it grows and attaches herself just like um again here I stopped there because everything up she figured it out once more, but I had to help her out down here. It's just crazy. But anyway, you guys, that is it, like I said, for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. um Do me a favor, hit that like button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye. She is just wonderful, though. We're going to figure you out. you're growing like crazy, have roots everywhere, I could cut you again and crop you some more and just have my own little trailing one as well. Hmm, you might think about that.